guys, this is my last classics update and toys in general, so we're going to get back to my real vehicle, Docky. But yeah, this doesn't need any introduction to any Masters of the Universe fan. This is the mighty Battleram. I had this as a kid, the original one, which was about this big. If you look online, it's much smaller. This was scaled up for the 7-inch figures. But yeah, this was one of my favorite toys, and probably most people. I think the Wind Raider would have come close second. It's just this was a multi-purpose vehicle. You know, this actually detaches, and if you've watched the classic cartoon, I hate saying that, I watched it as a kid, I guess I'm a classic. But yeah, almost all the characters, both villains and heroes, would use this. I have a graphic that I've put in here somewhere in the video as well of them using this, but it was most often seen with the jet sled part. Now I got this off of eBay because, again, I bought a used version. I didn't want the figure which came with it, which was Man-at-Arms from the 2002 series, and yeah, I'm not interested in that, although the series was really well written and I enjoyed it. I like the classic style of the figures, which you can change around and make if you buy all the other figures. But I'm not into that. I just wanted this vehicle and that, and just to set it out. I got a bit carried away. But yeah, let's have a look at it. One thing I will mention too, after I got to eBay, I have to give a shout out to Rye Guy. He did something really kind for me. For those of the eagle-eyed, this is not the original jet sled that comes with this. If you actually buy it new, still in box, it actually has the serpent head, which is the villain's jet sled. So I asked him if he could swap it around and get me this one, which is actually what the original looked like, which had the what I guess this is a griffin head. So this is basically what it looked like from the original series up to the classics. So yeah, this came with a figure called Sky High, I think it was, which was a figure that was actually featured on artwork and never really originally released on the original line. So yeah, you'd have to get that and this, and then the Battleram with Man-at-Arms just to make your one vehicle, which obviously is clever for marketing, but not cost effective for me. So again, I got lucky. There's a couple of dings on it, but nothing too bad. So we'll go through it and have a look. Alrighty. This is absolutely beautiful too. It's such a well sculpted vehicle. So just have a quick look here. But first of all, we'll just give it a quick clean, because yeah, I haven't even cleaned it or touched it since I got it. So we're just going to use a soft bristle brush and a towel just to give it a quick clean, because it's been sitting out here and getting dusty. So yeah, now the main differences from the original one, if you never owned it, was it originally had stickers, where this one has actually been molded. So anything that was a sticker previously has been molded, which is absolutely fantastic. Look at that. And the other difference too is it's a bit dusty there. The original one actually had same size wheels, and there's an interview with the creator online, and they said the classics version they updated, they wanted to make it look more of a hot rod, so like the 70s classic cars, small wheel at the front, big wheel at the back, and you don't really notice it until someone actually mentions it. Oh yeah, that's right, it did happen like that. So if you have a look here, you've got your molded dragon, which was a sticker, would always peel off. Beautiful guns underneath here as well, and the main one, and these have all been metallic painted with a silver highlight on top if the camera's picking that up, which is quite amazing. The griffin head looks really good too. Again, this was a sticker here. Yeah, all of this was stickers, so the seat looks really nice. If we have a look at the back, now the difference here too, this was a sticker on the original one, but on this one it's actually a rubber attachment, which is securely fastened on there, so that's not coming off unless you really wanted it to. And something different is too, they added handles for the 7-inch figures to actually hang on to. I don't think this one actually had handles at all, it's just a flat back. And if you have a look here, we have a base for the figure to stand on with 2 little pegs as well. Unfortunately, it's not very strong. You can see some, I'm not sure if that's actually stress marks from the plastic here. Again, this is a second-hand piece. It may be, I don't know. It's a good idea. Well, this looks really good. This here looks kind of unfinished. I don't really like it. It could have been molded better. If you can see that there. It's not the best idea. But yeah, the figure stands on there and it's reasonably robust if you were. The only thing, I think I mentioned in another video too, is I love little compartments and stuff. And the Classics Wind Raider actually does have removable compartments to show you parts of the engine. And yeah, this could have been a little swivel down door or something like that. It's just something fun. That's the only thing I regret not having on that. That would have been cool. The big rolling heavy duty tyres are still on it, which are amazing. It's just a crazy looking vehicle. Look at this. You've even got just the amount of mould in here and the amount of moulding. Look at that. A little bit rough in the end here, but what are you going to do? The other thing that the other one had, which was great, was the missile launcher. So you press this button. Actually, on the old one, it was on the side here. It's like a little button, and you got 3 missiles, and they'd shoot far across the room. They were crazy. In the 80s, we were allowed to have safe toys, and the old one had an actual barrel style, and this one only comes with one. But look at the detailing. It's pretty much exactly the same as the original one. Just a little bit larger, but it's beautifully detailed. So if you press that in there, it's a little bit limp if you press it. Break. So it still does its job, just not as powerful as the original one. And you might have wanted to get a couple of extra in case you lost them, I guess. But these are adult collector toys, so I'm guessing most people wouldn't do that. But yeah, that's a cool little piece in itself. So if we have a look at it, we're just going to detach the jet sled part. It just comes off with a bit of a twist there. I'll put that to the side for the moment. If you're just interested in seeing here, it's a little bit hollow, obviously, because they needed the room. They could have covered up the axle here. That's a bit unfortunate. There's so much room in there. They could have done a little compartment. One of the exhausts here too is a little bit bent. I could kind of heat that up and kind of put it back, but I've seen this is quite common in a lot of them, so it's not just this one in particular. But this is a machine by itself. I always thought it'd be some type of medieval slamming or ramming device, obviously Battleram as well, so I like that they do have the handles. But let's just move on for the jet sled. So this is the part that most people recognize the most from the original cartoons. This is absolutely awesome. Such a good looking piece. I love that they molded this. The original one just had, I think from memory, just a straight cutout there. But again, because this was sold as an extra piece itself, this could have been detailed with some red or something, or blue for plasma launchers or whatever. It's even got detail and venting down in the bottom here, which is absolutely cool. If you look at the console here, there was a little scratch from what I could see before, but I can't see it now. I know it's there, but I can't see it from here. But yeah, some great little console areas. And again, they've extended the gripping area. So on the original one, the character would actually hold on to it with his hand around into here, but they've extended it with an actual handle, which is fine, I guess. I kind of would have preferred it the other way. It was a little bit more sleek, but whatever. Kind of gives the Flash Gordon vibe too, even though the jet sled's slightly different, or Sky Sled, whatever they wanted to call it. But it's such a good looking model here. If you have a look underneath, and we've got a hole here too, so you can have a stand. And the Wind Raider comes with a stand as well, a classic stand, and that one can be used to plug into this evidently, and it fits. I tried to find a loose one online, but no luck. I don't really want to buy a Wind Raider just for the stand, although they're reasonably affordable at the moment, which is nice, even box ones, so you could pick it up. I might figure out something else to do to do that. But I like having it together generally, but it would be nice to have the option for photos as well. So, okay, it's still a little bit dusty, I missed a bit. But yeah, it's a beautiful piece. It's actually got some painted eyes. I'm not sure if that's picking it up, and again, all of this has been metallic finished as well as down here as well. So just have a quick look at the bottom of this one while we're at it. A little bit of detailing, nothing crazy, but it's quite serviceable. It looks nice, not bad at all. Again, you can see it's a little bit bendy, but that's fine. Seems to be a common issue on all of them. But yeah, they also, if you can get a Sled version for the Origins line now too, and one cool feature of the Origins line version, obviously I think it's a little bit smaller, it comes with the Prince Adam figure. Again, I'm not interested. If they had brought out the entire Battleram, well then maybe I would have, but it wouldn't have been 7-inch scale, it would have been the Origins, what's that, 5.5, 6-inch scale. But that version actually has removable placards or plates that actually come off this, and then you can put on the good guy or the bad guy, more evil style looking area. And I think the head actually pops off, you can put the Griffin one on or the snake head, which is a really cool idea for someone that doesn't have to buy several sleds just to get the original look that I was after. And the Origin ones from memory, again I haven't got the picture right here right now, this gun is quite large and it actually swivels on its base, but for me it was actually too large. It looked, ironically, too cartoonish, where this one, yeah, it scales really nicely as well as these guns. So yeah, I do prefer this in every way. Yeah, let's just have a look with some 7-inch figures here so we can see what it looks like. So I mentioned this was Loader before. He looks like a villain straight out of Mad Max, and he looks perfect for this vehicle. Something that he would actually drive, even though this is the good guy's vehicle. Let's just put it together and have a look. Such a great machine. I had a tack track too, but that wasn't something you could really play with because it was motorized and battery powered. You couldn't really, obviously this one here, free rolls, but the attack track wouldn't. So does she run? Yes, she does. It's quite good. It does rub across on the bottom here a little bit, but we're on carpet, so it's not a problem at all. Could have had some lights or something, that would have been cool, but that's never really been part of the Masters of the Universe mythos. But this guy looks like he should be here, so let's just see if he fits. Which he should, obviously, because this is a Classics line vehicle. So these rubber extensions here are quite soft, so you can hold on to them quite easily, which is handy, like so. So yeah, he really does suit the vehicle. Pretty intense looking. Now I mentioned before that Scareglow here can't really do much because of his cape. He can't really sit down unless you remove it, but he does sit on the back. His hands are moulded slightly different. Just give him a basic idea there, but you can see he's got the villains going into battle there, and it does sit there quite nicely. Just check the screen there as well. I'll just remove these guys. Now I've got the 40th anniversary here. Oh, please let go. We've got the 40th anniversary He-Man, and he's also 7-inch as well, and he does fit in it. Honestly, even better, obviously, because the extra posability. Yeah, so yeah, you can see it doesn't take too much time to pop him in there. He still looks pretty stressed. Poor old He-Man. But yeah, he looks good in it too, as he should. As well. Yeah, look there. So yeah, I mean, that's why I bought the vehicle, because he does mix with the new 7-inch Masterverse line, which I do like. Very highly detailed figures. So that's cool as well, if that's something you want to do or display. And obviously if you've got your Man-at-Arms, who is probably synonymous with this vehicle, more so than even He-Man, I guess. But yeah, that's perfect as it is for me. Just remove him. And we've also got the skeleton guy here. So even Skelly Bob fits. So yeah, any kind of 7-inch figure, obviously. It's not quite the line. I haven't got his proper hands on right at the moment, but obviously with his posability he can do the same kind of thing quite easy, even more so. As well, looks kind of cool. You can have them both flipping on there, onwards to Evil Dead. Yeah, really up to your imagination. I mean, that's the great thing about playing with these things as well. So yeah, it's quite cool. Boop. anything. These aren't too hard to find on the internet too, if you so wish, but yeah, I really do think just as a general set piece, just sitting there looks quite magnificent. And yeah, if you're doing Masterverse and you want something like this, because I really don't know if they're going to bring out these kind of vehicles for the Masterverse line. I have heard rumours of the Origins one, because they've already done this one, as I said, but yeah, we'll have to see, I guess. But I've got this, so that's completely fine for me. But yeah, that's the Masters of the Universe Battleram. Probably my favourite vehicle in their whole series. I never got Rotor or most of the other vehicles. I had Stridor, who wasn't poseable at all, but this guy just had the playability, especially with the detachable jet sled there. So you had a flying vehicle and a driving vehicle as well. Although I never understood the battering ram part. For personally, I wouldn't want to ram this part into anything, to be honest. But yeah, it does look cool for some dioramas. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. That's the last of the toy updates for a little while, until Point Dread comes along, I guess. And the next video will be for the actual car. I've got to do some work on that now that it's getting a bit cool. Summer's almost over. But yeah, I just wanted to show that to you for you guys. I really appreciate it. If you've got any questions, pop them down below. It's a good little beast. I dig it. Alright, cheers, people. Oh, and just one more thing before I pack everything up and run away. I'll just give you a quick look. We've got the original He-Man here. See how he sits in there. Even though he looks like a toddler and he can't reach the foot plates here, it's doable. Yeah, he looks alright as well. He looks way happier as well. Who doesn't when you get a car, right? Yeah, I just thought I'd show you that again. Good on you, original He-Man. Alright guys, you have a good day. Catch us later. Cheers.